Hello, this is Wayne from GSG coming to you loud and proud from Louisiana, and welcome to King of Cribs episode 2. Major and I have been out traveling, so we are going to resupply as we come up on Cutie Pie's castle. Alright, so that's pretty much it, and here is the outskirts of Cutie Pie's castle, and this black back entrance is completely blocked off, so there is no way to get into the castle from this angle. And I could go right around the water line, but you can't really see everything from there, so we will go around this water line. Alright, and you can see a nice good shot if I can get out of this tree line. Ooh! That's like fun on the way to the castle. Alright, good job spotting that, Major. Alright, you can see over here a good shot of the castle. There are big I Heart Cutie Pie sign up there, and all of our generators and artillery post. And it's going to be nighttime, so a majority of our people are probably napping, but we should have some guards and other people on still on duty somewhere. As a matter of fact, I see a guy walking the walls right now. And here in the castle, it is such a very large base, and it comes with so much pre-built stuff inside that it is kind of difficult to add a whole lot of niceties to it. But out here, this is the only entrance into Cutie Pie's castle. We have a guard station and tons of turrets. Alright, and if you will notice while we're walking around inside, the majority of our turrets face inside. And the reason for that is bad things could spawn inside the building, and we pretty much have walled off the whole radio area. That way pretty much everything is in line of sight of a turret somewhere. We have heavy laser turrets mixed with regular conventional weaponry turrets. And for some reason we have a spotlight that's not shining. But this is pretty much it on the outskirts over here. This is our little resident junkyard dog that adds to our defense. Our small little garden out here with our little beachfront patio. You can come out here and watch the waves roll in. And we have never been attacked here at the castle since we have expelled the Mirelurker Queen. But you can see even our garden area has some turrets protecting it, just in the event something wanted to burrow up out of the ground to hamper our workers. But out here, of course, this is the armory section. This is where we store all of our goodies and upgrade our weapons and armor. And most of these I did add some lights a little bit here and there, but for the most part a lot of that is just original. Alright, and up here we have basically our generator sub deck. We have a little vendor here who is probably currently sleeping. We're going to come up here and walk the wall just so you can see how all this looks at night. You can see our little guard tower up here surrounding the I Heart Cutie Pie sign. We'll go up there in a few minutes. But as you can see, all of our guards here are heavily armed and armored.
Hi, how are you?
As well as all of our turrets. You can see everything is facing towards the inside. There's really nothing that can get to us from outside. And if you face them outside, you just encourage things to approach the wall. And the main idea here is to make everyone just come in the front door. And we have had, I think, 1 or 2 raiders walk up to the front door that quickly died to the turrets. But other than that, I've never actually had a full-scale attack here. But I'm sure we will in the future. And part of the reason is we have, if you'll look up close to the center of the top of the screen, we have a defense of 225, making the castle my most heavily defended base. And I actually did have artillery outposts in all of these locations, but I've kind of reached my building cap, so I had to remove a few of them, but I still have 2 of them. And that's pretty much everything around the perimeter. We do have some guard posts guarding the road down here. Just in the event we are ever attacked, we have some cover up here that we can hide behind. And that pretty much covers everything.
I hope you can help.
You're in some real trouble, huh, buddy? What kind of trouble?
Let's trade some things.
Of course.
You aren't in any trouble. Alright, this deck, this little observation deck right here pretty much just oversees the garden. In the event there's some kind of attack from the rear, we do have an elevated platform that we could fire from if we had to. Alright, and while it's still dark, just so you can enjoy the lights, we have a little meeting area down here where the Minutemen will occasionally come down here and hang out.
Yes?
And this guy happens to be new to the castle, and I know this because he is not wearing armor or a military cap. So we will have to deal with this guy in the near future. But this is a little more of our setup with our turrets.
Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone.
Nothing to report around in the wasteland, so everybody appears to be safe for now. We're gonna climb up behind all of the big I Heart Cutie Pie sign, and up here we have another observation deck where we can see anything approaching from here from miles around. You can come out here and be curious at what this stuff is way out here off in the distance, because there is an island abode out there that I have not ventured to yet, but they have lights on out there, so that tells me that somebody lives there. But you could come up here, hang out, have a seat, watch the waves roll in. Occasionally you'll see firefights going on over here in this area. So I know there's some pretty serious activity, and there's also over in this area as well, you will occasionally see some firefights going on. And it's usually super mutants, but the super mutants have never bothered us here at this base. But who knows, that may all change in the future. But you can come up here and get a good look down on everything down here. See, all of our guards are still diligently standing their posts.
3 a.m. here at Radio Freedom. Hope you're listening from a safe place.
Alright, and this is the look of all of the courtyard. Alright, and if you were to come in here, and I have all of this stuff marked with lights as well, which really only helps you at night, but during the daylight, if I look for these two turrets or these two lights, I always know which entrance is out. Alright, and the unlighted entrance is to the sleeping quarters, and the lit entrance is over here to the bar area, which fortunately no one is currently hanging out in because they should all be sleeping or on duty. But this is the castle's little bar area. And we will come back and revisit this in the daylight where you can just see some activity going on. But down here, this is our generators that are powering our water purifiers out back. And this is pretty much where Ronnie Shaw always sleeps for some reason. Even though I made her a bed elsewhere, she always chooses this location to sleep, so I went ahead and put her a foot locker there. This is our little medical station, and it looks like we have us a patient laying up here in the infirmary, so maybe they're feeling a little under the weather. This is the mess hall. This is where everybody comes to cook and eat their meals. And like I said, it's just with all of this inbuilt electrical system and everything that was already existing here, it's a little difficult to add too much flavor, but we have added what we could. We do still have some room for expansion. And then this is the main barracks area, main sleeping location for everyone, and we have a good bit of people down here taking their rest for the night, and a few more back in here. So this is all of the barracks area, which we try not to light up too much because I know it would bug me to sleep with the lights on. Alright, but that's pretty much all of Cutie Pie's castle at nighttime. You can see all of the lights and everything well lit up. So we will go take a brief nap ourselves, and then we'll come back and look at some of this in the daylight. Alright, well, everybody has had a good night's rest. Now you can come out here and you can still see that a lot of these lights around here do actually make a difference even in the daylight. You can come out here and see some people hard at work farming the food that we need here at Cutie Pie's castle. And even though only a couple of them have made it out here, I'm trying to catch one of them in the open, but you can see even our gardeners are very heavily armored as well as armed, so in the event any kind of attack takes place here, everyone is capable of fighting them off.
Radio Freedom, broadcasting
And
all
you
day,
guys
all
are
across the Commonwealth.
Hanging
Nothing
out
to report.
on the
Stay safe
platform,
out there, everyone.
having a little impromptu meeting, it looks
You're
like.
tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the
And it's
Minutemen.
probably a little early for anybody to be hanging out at the bar, so we'll come up and walk the walls. Old junkyard dogs up here keeping an eye out for any kind of creepy crawlies coming up out of the sea. And you just get a little better overall view of all of our defense system that is set up with our generators and all of our powered and unpowered turrets. These people are probably just finishing up in the mess hall and coming down here to stage up at all their perspective areas if they weren't all hanging out over here on the corner of the tower for some reason.
Huh?
Alright, well, at least we got one guard on duty with her 50 cal. Alright, and our
Farming's
vendor
as
has
honest
showed
as
up.
honest work gets.
And as you can see, even our clothing vendor is fully set up
Step
and
right
ready
up.
to go.
All the clothing fit to wear.
Stay tuned for Minutemen.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Here's what I've got.
Alright, we need this. And that's pretty much it. I have enough of everything else, so we'll just go ahead and purchase that from her. And just in case you were
Crops been growing
curious,
pretty good lately.
well, that's pretty nice. Oh, Ronnie Shaw over here hanging out, smoking her cigarette, as she's pretty common to do. We're gonna come over here and I'm gonna show you guys how important it is.
You're tuned to
Well,
Radio
important
Freedom.
is if you are concerned
All
about bottle
supplies across the
caps.
Commonwealth. Stay safe out there.
But this is just probably in a day's worth of time, we have made 477 bottle caps here at Cutie Pie's Castle. Some of my places make more, some make less. Just depends on your population and the type of shop it is. Like, we will come over here and check out the bar, and as you can see, the clothing shop was just a small, simple clothing shop, but this is actually a full scale bar, and he sells a great deal of items, and he makes a little more cash in here. As you can see, both of my vendors are wearing glasses. That way, if they are just out wandering out and about, I always know where my bartender is or where my merchant is. But you can come in here and purchase you a drink from the vendor, sit down on one of the comfy couches and hang out in the subtle lighting, and just hang out. And usually this place does get populated after lunchtime. Our Minutemen kind of seem to like their beverages around midday, but for some reason they are trying to figure out how to get out of the radio tower at the moment.
All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alert.
Alright, but we can come down here, talk to
I can
the
patch you up if you need it. For a small fee, of course.
medic if we need anything. And we are currently not
Interested.
injured.
Very well.
So we are all good and fine, and it appears that the person that spent the night in the sick bay probably just had a little too much to drink, because I see they are off and back out to duty. And apparently none of these people have made it down here to breakfast yet. But everybody should be out of bed, up and around moving. And it appears that they are. So there's no need for the Minuteman General to go start laying down some orders yet. Eventually all of these people are going to make their way out of the building, which it looks like they already have. And this poor old dude
I
right
hope you're
here
finding the
is
broadcast useful.
pretty much just always ever vigilant, listening to the radio
You
for
hear
troubles.
about that farm run by ghouls? Isn't that something?
Yep, it is something, but you guys should be saluting
Got a
me. I'm the
dangerous look
general.
about you.
You can't just be
Hope you
hanging
didn't
out
hit
up
me.
here all day.
Crops coming in pretty good.
I don't know where you people consistently end up getting these pipe pistols from, even though I keep taking them away from you. Alright, but that is pretty much everything there is to see down here at Cutie Pie's Castle. So we are going to come back out here. We will skirt the wall this time. And just give you a brief little synopsis of kind of what it looks around like back here by the garden in the daylight. And over here you can see there's no way to get up and over this concrete wall. I do see some guards up there. Nobody out hanging in the patio. This is the only little area where you could potentially try to get up here, but with the fencing up there, it's pretty safe. But like I said, with a defense of 225, we have never really had an issue here at Cutie Pie's castle. And so far, she is well defended and pretty well upkept. So here it is. You have the oceanside view of Cutie Pie's castle with the flags waving in the air. And Cutie Pie's castle is dedicated to my wife, who allows me to do all of this video gaming and recording. And that's why she gets the center of attention here at the castle. It's the only castle I have discovered so far in the game. So it seemed fitting to call it Cutie Pie Castle. So if any of you people are out there watching my videos or my live Twitch streams, and you happen to see Andalee in there, make sure you thank Andalee for allowing me to spend all of this time recording videos and playing my game. So there you have it for Cutie Pie's Castle. And up next, we will have our creation at Great Garden, and then that will pretty much conclude my family's dedication, because Great Garden is dedicated to my son, Little Major. So we will do Great Garden coming up in episode 3, and then we will start branching out to all of the other settlements that I have developed and built up. So you guys remember to always have fun, be safe, and don't forget to reload. We will see you soon. Thanks for watching.